MUHIMBO. And what I can say, you're the most beautiful, smart and serious. But today, style says so. Style says so. Oh, nani pendeza. Style says so. Style says so. Oh, nani pendeza. Oh, nani pendeza. Style is whatever you want to do. If you can't do it with the confidence, no recho manyanti mukwano, obera nyo smart, olabikate unique. Katawani yange titwale, abasingo bulungi, ababera te smart. Abawano basinze, abera gange, katwali no kawani. Perfume wekuba mulembe, style yo mulembe, confidence mulembe. Style says so. Style says so. Oh, nani pendeza. Style says so. Style says so. Oh, nani pendeza. Oh, nani pendeza. Oh, nani pendeza. Kadondo, 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 msichana mzuri kadondo, 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 kadondo.
Good morning, our dear viewers, and welcome to the Kids Talk Show here on 4TV. My name is MUHIMBO Christian, and I am going to be your host for today. Today's topic is holiday break, the advantages of holiday break, how it affects children's mindset, how it's important to children's lives, and everything else. Today you can catch us on the internet. Let it be Google, let it be YouTube, let it be Twitter, Facebook, or you can download the 4TV app and your TV channels, and we will always be there. So I have some very special guests here who are going to be my guests and are going to discuss this topic with me today. I'll give them a chance to introduce themselves.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Steve Jeremiah. I am 11 years old and I study at Maria Teresa's Golden Jubilee Memorial Primary School, and I'd like to thank 4TV for hosting me today. Thank you, our dear host.
Thank you, our dear host, for allowing me to speak. My name is Maya Darlene Vidra, and today I'm going to be hosting, and I'm 7 years old. I study from Entebbe Junior Cambridge, and I am in year 4.
Thank you, our dear host, for this opportunity. My name is Muringa Joy from Maria Teresa School. I'm in P5 class.
Thank you. So let us dive into this topic. I'm going to begin by asking you, Joy, what are your plans for the holiday since we are close to finishing this term? What do you have planned for your holiday? What are you going to be doing while at home? Please share with us your plans.
Well, first of all, on the first day, I'll wake up, I mop the house, but in my free time I would like to learn how to cook because I do not know how to cook. I want to learn other home chores. If I'm free, I can also revise my books.
How about you, Maya? What are your plans for this holiday?
This holiday, I would wake up and then I prepare breakfast and I would also mop the house if it's dirty or sweep, and then I would pray, and then I would go play out, read some books, and then go revise for my school.
How about you, Steve?
What I would like to do during the holidays, I would wake up, revise my books, prepare breakfast. After breakfast, do my chores and do my holiday package. After that, I can go visit some relatives or game parks to make more research about animals and plants.
Amazing. So for me, my plan of holidays is I will wake up, I say my prayers, I change my clothes. You know, you can't spend a day in your 90s. So I change my clothes. I go help my mother in preparing breakfast, or maybe I can help her in setting the dining, and then I can go eat my breakfast, and I do my holiday package. Then I save some time to go and play with my brother, or maybe some 1 or 2 minutes I use it on the tab. Then I go back to revising books, because you know every parent wants their child to perform well at school, right? So after that, as the day goes by, I just keep on repeating the same thing, yeah. So that is my plan for the holidays. Maybe sometimes we can even go and visit our relatives or go out for shopping, and other things follow here. So, on to my next question. What advice, since we are heading to holidays and many children are excited of, like they're going to go home and spend a lot of time on their tabs or maybe on TV because maybe they're tired, but they also know that they have books to revise. So what advice do you have for such children who just want to spend all holidays just doing nothing but playing outside, going for shopping, going to these amusement parks and all those things that don't help you to recharge your mind and remember what you studied at school? What is your advice to such children?
Well, my advice is most children like gaming, and I advise their parents to keep those gadgets away from them like for 5 to 6 hours, and also give them time to rest, because you're not going to spend on either phone, computer or tab 24/7. That will spoil your eyes, give you finger pain like blackberry thumb, where the thumb becomes so black and so painful because there is clotted blood in it, and like when you tap it, it affects the mouth. So this is caused due to too much tapping, let's say scrolling, and it does all of that. And I advise most children are fat just because eating, no physical exercise, and staying on gadgets. So I advise parents to take those children outside. Maybe they have family fun, or they go visit places that they can make research about animals, insects, or plants. And I also advise some to play sports like golf, basketball, which...
Wait, speaking about golf, you know that most people, some people nowadays, they say that only rich people can play golf, that golf is for the rich, right? So how can you help the children who are not able to access a golf course?
No, it's not like not only rich people play golf. Even some poor, even in between, can play golf. It's only these donors who can play golf. It's not true. Others can play golf. You can go into a public golf course, or maybe sign in for other things. Like you keep yourself
busy.
keep yourself busy, as in like start projects like poultry keeping. By the end of the month, you have enough money to get enough. You have enough money to pay for your subscription to play golf, and like that, you may even get a scholarship. So it's not an issue for you to play golf.
How about you, Maya? What advice do you have to children whose plans for holidays is just sitting on TV or eating their favorite foods instead of like doing physical exercises or revising their books? What advice do you have for them?
Their parents would keep their gadgets for like 5 hours, and then they play outside. Then after playing, they go in and revise on their books, go give the charity stuff, and then they can also go play hide and seek outside, or they can easily just go visit their parents, their relatives, and go help on doing their work, their parents' work, or grandma or grandparents, or they can help on the gardens.
Amazing. How about you, Joy? What is your advice to such children who don't want to revise their books but want to keep on like doing other stuffs like playing outside or being on a tab instead of revising their books, because they know that when the next term comes, they have beginning of term exams but they are failing to revise?
Well, I advise their parents take their gadgets away. Like if they cannot manage, maybe they take their gadgets away for the whole day. Then the children will learn that for them they have to revise their books because they have beginning of term, mid-term, and end of term. So if they do not revise their books, they can easily perform badly. And if they only concentrate on their favorite food and for them they just want to become obese, well, I advise them to go outside. They do some physical exercises like running around like 3 laps, and to go in other places like the Uganda Wildlife Authority to learn more about the animals, to go to the meteorological center to learn more about the weather instruments, and the other places which I've not mentioned.
But some children, the parents don't have enough funds to take them to those places like you've just mentioned, Uganda Wildlife Authority, the meteorological center. They don't have enough money to take their children there. So some parents mostly remain at home. So those children whose parents mostly remain at home, what can they do to keep themselves busy, to keep themselves engaged? What advice do you have for them?
Well, I advise them to go outside if they don't have enough funds to go to such places which I'm mentioning. Well, they can go outside, they learn about plants. If they don't have enough funds to go out, well, they can stay home, they do their house chores, they make themselves busy by playing any game they wish, doing exercises, learning more about plants, learning more about their animals, especially poultry. Poultry, they have to learn more about what they feed on, how they stay, how they bond with themselves. Well, let them just stay and they learn more about their poultry, they learn more about bees, they learn more about the rest.
So what can you do for like a child who doesn't have even one hen at home? If like maybe you're the LC1 chairperson, how do you help such a child who doesn't have projects that can keep him or her busy during during holidays?
Well, if the parent cannot buy for the child a hen or a cock, well, the child could just go revise the books and go through the notes that they were being taught in the term. and then they learn more about the plants in case they cannot go out, like I mentioned. If they cannot manage to buy a hen or a cock, well, they can just get either bees. If they don't have bees, then let them learn more about animals with their neighbors. If the neighbors have some animals, they can request permission from the neighbors, and they learn more about how they feed, how they stay, how they live their lives, and they can learn more about the plants.
How about you, Maya? What can you do for a child who doesn't have a hen at home, doesn't have any projects running during that can keep him or her busy during holidays? What can you do for such a child?
What I would do for them is that they can buy a hen or a cock, or they can buy a rabbit, and then they can learn how to feed them and care after them.
So how about those ones who don't have enough funds, like to keep them to buy even one hen? They have to struggle to find such money. And remember, you're an LC1 chairperson. So if you're to find out that parent has a child, and that child is not engaged in like projects in poultry keeping, caniculture, what can you do for such a parent who has a child like that?
They would get a job, or like make something and start selling it. Or she can get any of her fruits that she has more, and then start selling them, sell, and then at the end she'll have raised enough money, so she'll buy a rabbit or a cock or a hen, and then learn how to take, and then give it to the child, and then the child will learn how to care about that animal.
How about you, Steve? What can you do for such a parent who doesn't have enough funds, like to facilitate, to buy even a hen or a rabbit? They don't have projects at home. They don't even have a garden, and they're just there doing a lot of nothing. So what can you do to help them?
I can't say that the parents are doing nothing, but they are too busy to do something. As in, like, I advise those children, for example, if you have bought fruits or vegetables, I advise you to get those seeds, plant them, make sure that they grow and mature, take care of them every day, till you have enough, you go sell in the market, raise enough money, buy a cock and a hen. If they mate, you can get fertilized eggs, and that is like, they call it reproduction. And you have enough, you can sell and get some money. You can use it for either buying important things, basic needs, or use it for leisure.
So, some of us, some children like us, are very ignorant. Like, let's say a parent already has such projects and needs some help from the child, so that also the child can learn how to do such things. But the child, since he has a tab, he is so ignorant. He doesn't know what is going on in real life situation. All he wants to see is eyes on the tab all the time. So what can you do? What advice do you have for a child who is just stuck on the tab, instead of going with the parents to a farm and learn how to take care of animals? Steve.
I advise those parents to take away those gadgets for some time and make a timetable for those children so that they can always follow them. And even that tab, you can either set a reminder or an alarm, like every 7 minutes you have to go and water the flowers. So that's what I advise those parents to do. And children must not spend more than 3 hours on technology, most especially the children who are addicted to it. For example, people who are always on TV, advise them to watch less than an hour, like 30 minutes, and they switch it off, go find something to do. Either you read books, find out more about animals and plants, insects. You can find out their habitats or what they can and can't do, and go out, play, make a lot of research, and do many other things.
How about you, Joy? What advice do you have to children who just stick on a tab for many hours, almost a full day, without even going out to help parents do chores or maybe go to the farm and learn about animals? What advice do you have for such children?
Well, I advise the parents, if the parents do not want to remove the gadgets from them for 6 or 30 minutes, maybe they can take them away for the whole day. Then they tell the children to go and help them in the farm, like to feed the rabbits, to feed the poultry, to feed the goats, the pigs, and the sheep. And if the children do not want such, maybe the parents can. If the parents cannot afford to take them out, like to the Uganda Wildlife Authority or the Entebbe Airport, in case the children are living in Kampala, well, they can take them and they learn about flowers. They go to people, like they go to florists, and they know how to grow flowers. They know and they understand why some flowers are brightly colored. That's why.
How about you, Maya? Do you have like any projects at home that are keeping you busy, like maybe floriculture, the growing of flowers? Do you have anything that is engaging you and keeping you busy at home?
Yes, I have something. So, like, if the children are only on tabs and then their parents are working, I advise their parents to take their gadgets for a week, and then the other week they use it for only Monday and Tuesday. Then after they go outside and try to buy seeds and plant like an apple tree or a pineapple tree. So any tree they love, so they can plant one, and then at the end we will see how it will go. Would it go bad or good? So the child would keep on learning and learning, or the child would go to the farm and help the grandparents.
Okay, you've told us before that you have like a project of floriculture at home. So how, if another child at home has a project of floriculture, what benefits is that project to children?
What they would do is like they would get the seed, put it in a bottle or like a cup that they don't use, that they don't use, so they would use it, or they would plant it in their garden, and they would put it in their garden, then after water it every day after like 7 to 8 minutes.
Okay, thank you all for your suggestions and opinions. Let us go for a short commercial break, and we will be back with you soon.
Fort TV. Stay entertained.
Adier kogere ha Fort TV butosa ngira programu y'ekyoto enganzi yabona abantu bona bagitaga muno ekyoto kitandika saa 10 kugarukira 12 kichweka ezarwe badyo kandi abose turaliza abose babuli mulingo kwiza kwota naitwe nuko tusobole kwega kumanya kwetegereza engeso emitwalize ya toro neha.
What's up, all good people? It's your boy Swabrikis and
Praise Pajapati
and we are the official host of
Western Connect.
That happens every single Sunday.
That is from 2 p.m. up to 4 p.m.
Keep it for TV.
Stay entertained.
Fort TV. Stay entertained.
Welcome back from that short break. My name, to remind you, my name is MUHIMBO Christian and I am still hosting you. You can find us on our social media platforms. Let it be Google, let it be YouTube, or Instagram, or Twitter, Facebook, and we'll always be there. I'm back with my guests who were here previously. So let us continue from where we stopped. So on our social media platform, we have got some questions. So this question goes to you, Steve. What can I do to go back to school because I lost both my parents and I now stay with my grandmother and she doesn't have any money?
So I advise the child to get some fruits from, let's say, your neighbors assist you with some fruits. You can either eat them or you get something useful to do with it. Get the seeds, plant them, either get a fruit tree or vegetable garden, sell them, get money, make sure your grandmother gets enough money to get a job, and he can get enough money for you to go back to school and do other things.
How about you, Maya? What is your advice to this child?
What I would do is that if the grandmother has a garden that the grandma's children had left, what they would do is use that garden if there are some plants remaining, or they would go to their neighbor and get and then borrow the garden, and then as they borrow, they sell some stuff, and then they get one fruit or some fruits, get the seeds out of them, make their own garden, and then we make sure the grandma gets a job and gets enough money to pay the child's school fees.
How about you, Joy?
Well, if I was the child, I could get some fruits if there were still a few fruits in the house which my parents left. I could get the seeds, I plant them because there is enough land, I create a garden, I plant the seeds. Once they grow up into, if they produce a shoot system well, and they grow some fruits, I can get the fruits and I sell them. I get my own money. And if I get enough money, if I get more than I needed, I could share some money with my grandmother, and I take half of the money, and my grandmother also takes half, and I pay for my school fees. If the money which I took was not enough, I could ask my grandmother for some money, and I could continue like that every day.
For me, my advice to you, you can like maybe if you find a stray hen, you can get it, care for it, give it feeds, and then you find a stray cock, you also care for it. So those two, they start mating, they produce more and more chicken. So you begin your own poultry farm. You sell your poultry, keep getting money out of it. Then as you keep getting money, you'll be using that money to maybe pay school fees, or maybe to buy basic needs and everything else. Yeah, so that is my advice to you. Another question that came in: how can I join Fort TV and also participate on Kids Talk Show? It seems this person wants to also be here. So what advice can you give to him so that he is able to come here and I interview him or any other host?
My advice to this person is, if you're in school, join the media club. Every Saturday and Sunday, you can come to the Fort TV station located in Kitumba and share your contact with our trainer, Richard Ategeka. And you can join the Kids Talk Show. So that's my advice.
How about you, Maya?
You may have a relative or friend, and then you choose to tell them about the Fort TV, and then I would be like, do you want to try? And then that person would say yes or no. Then I would say, but let's try. You can try for your first time, and after he finishes trying, they will like him, and then we introduce him to Richard, our teacher, and then if that's a kid, he or she will be participating on, and then at the end, that kid would love it, and then they would say, I want to come here every day. But if that person has school, that means it can be on any weekend they get.
How about you, Joy?
Well, if the person wants to participate in this Fort TV program, well, you can share your contact with our trainer, known as Richard Ategeka, and once you share your contact, maybe he can call you, or you call him and you tell him that you want to join, and he looks out how you can participate, and then once you participate and we agree that you should enter, you can easily enter. And also you can find us on the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the others.
So my advice to you, if you want to join us, if you're in school, you can join Media Club. There will be any trainer that comes there. You'll join, and then you perform well. He'll be bringing you to Fort TV station. You'll be training from here how to host some programs. You share your number with our trainer, Richard Ategeka, and then sooner or later you'll be here and any host can be interviewing you. So speaking of which, I acknowledge that Maya, it's your birthday. So let us have like 2 or 3 birthday songs, and we'll be back with you soon.
Music. You look so beautiful tonight. You look so beautiful tonight. Let's celebrate your life. You are amazing, my girl. You're so beautiful tonight. You are the queen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish. Amazari wa malundi. Amazari wa malundi. Oh, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish. Somebody blow up balloons. Tonight it's only party, we got nothing to do. We gon' wild out like we got something to prove. We got nothing to lose. We might even end up on the news. Whoa, somebody give me some room. Blow up the smoke, let it rise and cover the roof. Tonight I'm rolling with the homies up in my crew. Hit the dance floor, breaking the rules. You should join us, you know you should. Anyway, when the music comes on, drop everything, get up and dance. I wanna see smiling faces, so be happy when you still have a chance. It's your birthday, oh, get up and dance. Because I'm nothing like some claim, been through some pain, let's pour champagne. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish. Amazari wa malundi, Amazari wa malundi. Oh, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish. Mukama kuangazari na ensonga zerwa chakukumye. Wesuneko lina mukisa era kulembeza omutima omulungi. Laba abana bo bazadde basomye basanyufu n'ennyumba ogisimbye. So better be grateful and thankful for this life you're still living. Anyway, when the music comes on, drop everything, get up and dance. I wanna see smiling faces, so be happy when you still have a chance. It's your birthday, oh, get up and dance. Because I'm nothing like some claim, been through some pain, let's pour champagne. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you.
Yes. Happy birthday, Maya. And we have another comment from Isingoma Derek, watching live from Central Uganda, and it's his birthday too. So we're going to sing for you and for him a birthday song, and then you'll tell us your plans for your special day, and we'll conclude from there. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Maya, happy birthday to you. You look like an angel, you look like an angel. Happy birthday dear Maya, happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you now? Happy birthday to you. So
Thank you.
Tell us your plans for your special day. What are your plans for this day?
This day, my mom would take me to Atako to celebrate my birthday, but we would first be playing, and then after some time, they would make a small plan, a secret, so they would go bring the cake, and then I would be with my little brother and my elder brother together as we are swimming, and then they would bring the cake secretly and hide it somewhere. Then after they would blindfold me, and but I would be with a towel, they blindfold me. Then after someone pushes me in the pool, then after I swim for some time. Then after they would put a song, they put a song, a birthday song for me, and then they would start giving gifts and we'll cut the cake.
Please don't forget to save us some.
Yeah, I'll bring it today.
Oh, thank you. So, do you have any other birthday wishes or anyone that you would like to thank for making this day special for you? Yeah, please send your regards and.
Okay, I thank these dear hosts for as they have been with me and they have been nice to me, and I thank our teacher Richard for caring for us and teaching us how to be hosts.
And anyone else, like, do you want to send any regards to your parents or your teachers or anyone else? Okay. How about you? Do you have any regards to send to anyone?
Yes, today it's also my father's birthday. I'd like to wish my father a happy birthday if he's watching. And I'd like to thank you for all the things that you did for me. Mostly I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for him. And I'd like to wish him a happy birthday this journey.
Okay. Steve's father, happy birthday to you. We wish you many blessings. And to everyone else who has a birthday today, happy birthday to you. May you be blessed by the Almighty. May you blow as many as 1,000,000 candles and live as many as 1,000,000 years. And we wish you the best. Joy, do you have any regards to send to anyone?
I can send my regards to my mother, my father if he's watching as well. And today perhaps it might be also my uncle's birthday, because he's making, because I'm not so sure, he might be making like 40 years or 44, because he was born truly early, even earlier than my mother. And I wish him a very happy birthday. And I send my regards to him, to my aunt, to my mother, my father, and my other relatives.
Me personally, I would like to send my regards to my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, and all my relatives who are watching. I would like to send my regards to my trainer, Richard Ategeka, for making it possible for me to be here. I would like to send my regards to my teachers at school and to thank them for making me who I am today, for training me to be a better person, and also to my parents, to my younger brother at home, and to everyone, and to all the viewers who are watching. So with that, let us conclude. Remember, you can watch us either on Afro Mobile or on your TV channels, or you can download the 4TV app, or you can find us on our social media platforms, either on Google or maybe on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and we'll always be there. So with that, I would like to conclude. See you later. Goodbye.